Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. What is up, ladies and fellas, and welcome back to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. And after the absolute, I don't even know what you'd call that, ass beating last week, we are back with Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy as well as Astral Back 2. And Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy being one of the more probably iconic as well as like just overall super good sets from the whole Zexal era. So once again, we'll try to keep it brief, but let's take a look at what we have here. So the big things here are we have obviously stuff for existing stuff like Go support. We have more. Actually, is it more? Is this where Mecha Phantom Beasts came out? I should have done my research. More shark stuff. Sorry, my throat has been really itchy today, so I've been coughing a lot. I apologize if I cough throughout this. But we have battling boxes here. We've seen those before. Like I said, a lot of Mecha Phantom Beast stuff here as well as a new Brotherhood of the Fire Fist stuff. A little bit of stuff for Mermails as well. I think a little bit for Fire Kings. Harpie Channel being like one of the like actually really good Harpie cards. But then the undisputed like cover cards of the set being the Dragon Rulers. Finally, very recently, all come out of the list to now be all limited instead of forbidden. For the longest time it was just Tempest. Then Blaster, and recently Redux and Tidal released as well. Very notorious for their like consistency and just overall power, and like all of these coming out as commons was crazy, but very excited to finally get to play with those. Galaxy has Tachyon Dragon there for the sort of cover card of the set, obviously being Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy is obviously stuff for like Galaxy Ice indirectly, which obviously I like a lot. Shark Fortress there as well to hone in on the shark stuff. Draco's Hack obviously there. good Mega Phantom Beast card, but also notoriously a generic level 7. Rank 7, sorry, so obviously very good with Dragon Rulers. Cardinal also actually decent removal for Fire Fists there. Then we have Harpie's Phantasmal Dragon as well for Harpies. And Spellbook of Judgment, also no longer on the list at all. But the the actual reason why Dragon Rulers never made it to tier 1, Spellbook of Judgment actually making Spellbooks good enough to compete with Dragon Rulers. Sacred Sword of 7 stars still obviously for the Dragon Rulers to play with. Sorry, I keep coughing. Dragon Carnation also for them as well. Noble Knights here like very briefly present if Jeexx wants to go that route with a single monster and a single spell as well. Some Constellar and Evil Swarm stuff there from the dual terminals. Then we have the Baby Rulers with React and Stream, Burner, and Lightning. Obviously, the initial way they wanted to limit the power of the Dragon Rulers was actually limiting the babies, but babies haven't been on the list for a while. And then quickly covering Astral Pact 2, we just have a bunch of like decent stuff for different archetypes like Fire Fists and Atlanteans. Harpie's Hunting Ground also here. If you want to go the Harpie route, Light and Darkness Dragon actually I think was played in some Dragon Ruler builds. Obviously a super powerful, just mandatory Omni-Negate sitting on the board. It's pretty neat if you can get it on the field. Cyber Phoenix replaces itself if you want to go that route as well. Pot of Ever is there if you want to reshuffle historic party for Harpies. So actually, okay amount of Harpie stuff, but definitely the highlight is the Dragon Rulers and one of the archetypes that I've been most excited to get to play. So I'm very excited to be playing with those finally. Hopefully you enjoyed the sub breakdown, and I will see y'all in the deck building section next.
Okay. Lord of Tachyon Galaxy Harpies. That's what we call in the deck, yeah. So Lord of Tachyon Galaxy introduces Dragon Rulers, which I'm sure Weebfox has already covered in extensive detail in the set breakdown. So I won't really go into too much depth on them, and we'll be seeing them a lot during the matches, I'd assume. Or the match, I'd assume. So first things first, they're level 7 dragon types that have the ability to discard themselves with the same attribute or a dragon type, or banish 2 of the same attribute or two dragon types or a combination of the two to summon themselves from the hand or the graveyard. The discard effect usually has some other value to it. For example, adding a... Wait, no, actually, I think all of them do add a dragon monster. Some of them... Wait, I think some of them have the ability to discard cards. Like, I think Title has the ability to Foolish a card. This card is in your hand. I could have sworn the discard effect was different. Yeah. Discard effect is send one monster from your deck to the graveyard, which is pretty good. Which overall pretty good because you can use that to dump in the graveyard like another Dragon Ruler, and then use that thing's effect of vanishing 2 other Dragon Rulers or the 2 dragons that you sent there, and then use the effect of something else in your hand, for example, or use the banish effect of one of the Dragon Rulers that you sent to the graveyard using Title or something else. It's pretty good. They're very versatile. They're very strong. There's a good reason why like they were almost tier 0 in this format. There is a reason why they're not tier 0, which is something that neither of us are showcasing in this set, which is Judgment, specifically Spellbook of Judgment, which has the effect of during the end phase of the turn this card was activated. Add Spellbook spells from your deck to your hand, except Spellbook of Judgment, up to the number of spell cards activated after this card's resolution. Then you can special summon from your deck 1 spellcaster monster whose level is less than or equal to the number of cards added to your hand by this effect. You can do a lot with this. You can do a lot. You can get so many fucking cards out with that. Because like a single secrets into power is already 2, but if the power also swings over another, you get to activate another one. So you get to always have your fates. I think it's Spellbook of Fate, right? Spellbook of Fate is the thing that allows you to banish, and yeah. Like this thing is so strong and it's so fucking scary. But anywho, let us talk about the deck that I am playing, which happens to be Harpies. Something that we have not ever seen, I think. I don't think either of us played Harpies at any point. No, I think Harpies showed up in Lord of the Storm for a moment. Like, not in any relevant capacity, but for a moment. So we have some new Harpie cards to go over, and some... Well, we're going to talk about Harpie ladies and how Harpie ladies are all Harpie ladies in a second. So we have Harpie Channeler, which is the new card that honestly makes this deck, combined with like Hysteric Sign. Harpie Channeler has the effect of you can discard 1 Harpie card from your hand, 1 Harpie card from your hand to special summon 1 Harpie monster from your deck in defense position, except Harpie Channeler. That's kind of a big deal. That's only like it's any Harpie monster. So for example, if I had Harpie's Baby Dragon in my deck, I could summon that. So I could do that too. I should have probably actually, now that I think about it, I should have played this thing, because then I can summon this out and I can go into a rank 7 by just discarding 1, which would have been pretty good overall. I'll do this so that it's clearer to see. So this is one of the first piece of Harpie support that ever came out. But Harpie Channeler turns into a level 7 when you control a dragon monster. And its card also becomes Harpie Lady while on the field or the graveyard. So Harpie Channeler is the card that really makes the deck, mostly because of the fact that it's a wind attribute card that allows you to summon more Harpie Ladies out of the deck, and moreover, it becomes a rank 7 machine with cards like Tempest. I should have probably thought about this a bit more when I was building the deck, but Harpie's Pet Dragon would have probably been even a better inclusion, because the fact that you could just summon it out and immediately make a rank 7. Harpie Lady 1, which is one of the 3 Harpie Ladies. Actually, I think it's 4 Harpie Ladies that exist. There's Harpie Lady, there's Harpie Lady 1, 2, and 3. And then the Cyber Harpie Lady. And these are all treated as Harpie Lady. Okay? That is very important. They're all Harpie Lady. Harpie Lady 1 has the effect of all wind monsters gain 300 attack. Harpie Lady 2 has the effect of negate the effects of flip monsters this card destroys in battle. And Harpie Lady 3 has the effect of an opponent's monster that battles this card cannot declare an attack during your opponent's next 2 turns. And Cyber Harpie Lady just has the most attack. I determined that Harpie Lady 1 is better than Cyber Harpie Lady because I don't need the 1.8 thousand as much, but I would like to have the attack bonus from Harpie Lady on more than just Harpie Lady. Because just having 2 Harpies on the field, this 300 is more value than the 500 I gain from this. It's going to be 600 total. But yeah, as you can probably see, these cards say that they're always treated as Harpie Lady. Thus, we have 3 copies of Harpie Lady in our deck, and we cannot put any more Harpie Ladies in our deck. That's kind of a unique thing to these and some cards like Umi and the Umi variants, where they're always treated as that. So you cannot have 3 copies of Umi and 3 copies of a Legendary Ocean, because a Legendary Ocean technically doesn't exist, because a Legendary Ocean is always treated as Umi. But yeah, level 4, Winged Beast, Harpie Queen. This card's name becomes Harpie Lady while in the field of the graveyard, and you can discard this card to add 1 Harpie's Hunting Ground from your deck to your hand. Lightning, discard a dragon or wind monster with this. Discard this card and 1 dragon or wind monster, and special summon a Tempest, Dragon Ruler of Storms from your deck. It cannot attack. Tempest, you can discard this card and a wind monster to the graveyard, add 1 dragon monster from your deck to your hand. You can banish a total of 2 wind and or dragon monsters from your hand and or graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. During your opponent's end phase, if you control the special summoned card, return it to the deck. Return to your hand. Yeah. If this card is banished, you can add 1 wind dragon monster from your deck to your hand. Yeah. Windrose, the Elemental Lord, cannot be normal summoned, can be only special summoned by having exactly 5 wind monsters in your graveyard. If this card is special summoned, destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. You can only use this effect of Windrose, the Elemental Lord, once per turn. And if this card leaves the field, skip the battle phase every next turn. Elegant Egotist, if Harpie Lady is on the field, special summon 1 Harpie Lady or Harpie Lady Sisters from your deck. Again, this is fairly good because it means that if you have a Harpie Channeler, you discard 1 card, you summon a Harpie Lady, and then you use Elegant Egotist, which you probably got off a Hysteric Sign, to go into Shockmaster. Good old Shockmaster. Everybody loves Shockmaster. You could also present the argument that you can go into Harpie Channeler, Harpie Sped Dragon, then go use Elegant Egotist to get Harpie Lady and make like Draco Sack and buff the Draco Sack, but that's because it buffs all. Because Harpie Lady buffs all wind monsters, it's not gonna be that good. Then we have Harpie's Feather Duster, which I'm playing 1 of in the main deck right now. Because, well, it's a Harpie card, so I get that for free. Harpie's Hunting Ground, all wing-based monsters gain 200 attack and defense. If any Harpie Lady or Harpie Lady Sisters is normal or special summon, the player who conducted the summon targets 1 spell trap on the field, and that player destroys that target. Which is not that important in this matchup. Harpie Hysteric Sign. When this card is activated, add 1 Elegant Egotist from your deck to your hand, and during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there from the hand or field this turn, add up to 3 Harpie cards with different names from each other. Wow, that's a weird word. Add to 3 Harpie cards with different names from each other from your deck to your hand. So for example, Harpie's Hunting Ground, Harpie Queen, and Harpie Lady. You wouldn't be able to add 3 copies of Harpie Lady 1, Harpie Lady 2, and Harpie Lady 3. You could also add like Channeler, Harpie Lady, and Harpie Lady. Harpie Queen. And then we have Mind Control. Target one monster opponent controls until the end phase. Take control of that target, but it cannot be declared an attack. But it cannot declare an attack or be tributed. Monster Reborn. Self-explanatory. Hysteric Sign. Activate this card by discarding 1 card from your hand, and display summon as many copies of Harpie Lady as possible from your graveyard. When this face card leaves the field, destroy those monsters. So basically, 1 card for Channeler, Harpie Lady, Harpie Queen from graveyard. It's a really good deal. Mind Drain. Activate this card by paying 100 life points. Neither player can activate the effects of monsters in the hand. This shuts out all Dragon Rulers, which is why it's in here, so that I can use that against Dragon Rulers, because I think that's like more relevant than Skill Drain even. Pinpoint Guard. When your opponent declares an attack, target 1 level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon in defense position. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. Torrential Reborn is a card that only has the words Torrential and Reborn on it, so I can use Torrential Tribute and Monster Reborn. Harpie's Pet Baby Dragon gains effects based on the Harpie monsters you control. 1+1, you cannot target, your opponent cannot target Harpie monsters you control for attacks, except this card. Double the original attack and defense of this card. Once per turn, you can target one card your opponent controls to destroy the target. Important note, it's actually except Harpie, you can only target Harpie's Pet Baby Dragon, because it's not, doesn't cause a Marauding Captain lock. Photon Thrasher for an extra special summon on turn 1. Swift Scarecrow for some stalling if I feel like I need it, with something like if I'm running into a situation where I can't really get anything out, I just want to put these in, and then I just want to sit on like mind drains and skill drains and drop Swift Scarecrows to stall the game out. More Harpie's Feather Dusters in case Weebfox playing a lot of back row. Monster Reborn, a third copy. I'm not playing 3 because I feel like it's breaky if I draw 2 in the starting hand. I should probably be playing 3 though. Terraforming, add 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. This is again for Harpie's Hunting Ground. I don't think this is going to be too relevant, but could be. Furin Kazan, which is specifically here so that I can do a funny if we happen to have Wind, Water, Fire, and Earth on the field. Because it's when there are face-up Wind, Water, Fire, and Earth monsters. It doesn't say when you control. So I can do a funny if it turns out like that. Mind Drain, a third copy if in case I need it. And Skill Drain, again in case I need it. Torrential Tribute. Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon. 3 level 4 wind monsters. This card's effect can only be applied and resolved while it has material. This card can attack your opponent directly. Your opponent cannot target any Harpie monsters with effects or for attacks. During each of your end phases, detach 1 material from this card. So you make this, and your opponent can't really do anything to your cards. Like, if he doesn't pop them, it's kind of game over for that. And this thing's gonna attack. This thing's gonna attack 3 times. But yeah. Then we have Ice Beast Zerothan or Zerothan. 2 level 4 Winged Beast monsters. Once per turn, you can attach 1 XYZ material from this card and negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent controls. And if you do, this card gains 300 attack for each face-up card currently on the field, except this card. This card is really good. Like, legitimately, when I started thinking about Harpies, I was originally like, well, I can probably do like I can probably use Harpie Channel with Tempest somehow. And then I realized that, yeah, this thing is actually kind of nuts. Like, it negates Draco Sack, which is a big deal. Like, it becomes bigger than Draco Sack with just like 2 cards on the field as well. Well, not 2 cards. 1 card on the field. But yeah. Then you have Draco Sack itself, which is probably going to show up a lot in the match. 2 level 7 monsters. Once per turn, you can attach 1 material from this card and spell summon 2 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens. They're level 3, 0 attack, 0 defense, Machine Wind. While I control a token, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. And once per turn, you can contribute 1 Mecha Phantom Beast monster and target 1 card on the field and destroy that target. This card cannot attack during the turn you activate this effect. Important note, they're winged machines, so they get buffed by Harpie Lady. Lore number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. So we have a number that is over 100 now. I think this is the first one. I think this is in fact the first number that we have that goes over 100. No, well, yeah, because the well, we had Cestus last set, or was Cestus in this set actually? I think Battling Boxer Cestus is in this set. Double checking because I think that's an important thing to make a note of. But up until now, this point in the anime, we had been led to believe that there's only 100 number cards. Like, I don't remember if it was like 1 to 100 or 0 to 99. But yeah, there's more than 100 numbers, obviously, because they had to make more money at some point. So we have Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, which has the effect that once per battle phase, at the start of your battle phase, you can attach 1 material from this card and negate the effects of all other face-up monsters currently on the field. Also, their attack and defense become the original attack and defense. During the battle phase, if you activate this effect this turn, each time an opponent's card effect resolves, this card gains 1000 attack until the end of the battle phase. Also, it can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Kind of menacing. Not that impressive, but like kind of menacing. Big Eye, like the fact that it can negate all monster effects on the field is pretty good. Big Eye, once per turn, you can attach 1 material from this card and then target 1 monster your opponent controls and take control of that target. This card cannot attack the turn this is activated. It's permanent. You just don't get forever. Shockmaster, we've talked about this card a billion times. It shuts out one of the 3 card types. Have fun. Shark Drake, once per turn when attacking, if it destroys a monster, you can spell summon that monster back to the field and lose 1000 attack in face-up attack position. And if you do, this card can attack second time during this battle phase. Utopia, when a monster declares an attack, you can negate it. Black Sheep of Corn. Once per turn, you can attach one XYZ material from this card. When you target, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls with 1,000 attack, with attack less than or equal to this card. Send it to the graveyard, and if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. This card can attack the turn you activate this effect. Shark Drake Vice. You can also extra summon this card by using Shark Drake. If you have 1,000 or less life points, you can banish one monster from your graveyard and attach one material from this card. Then target one face monster your opponent controls. Its attack and face becomes 0 this turn. That is not once per turn, by the way. Utopia, right? You can use Utopia's material for this, and you can attach one material from this card. When you have 1,000 or less life points, it gains 500 attack until the end of this turn. And if it does, one monster your opponent controls loses 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. So that's about it. I think this deck is actually really fun. Like, I haven't really built a deck that I felt like, oh, this is gonna be a fun match. Like, even though I'm gonna be playing against Dragon Rulers, even though I'm gonna be seeing a lot of Draco stack, a lot of Big Eye, I think this deck is gonna be fun. But yeah, good luck with the games.
And guys and gals, welcome back, and here's what we're going to be playing today. And also, I completely forgot to address it and apologize but last week I had completely messed up all the recording stuff because I got a new monitor with a different resolution. So I changed the settings on my monitor, obviously, but I forgot to change them on the OBS canvas. So it resulted in everything looking obviously very weird, and unfortunately I noticed way too late to fix it stuff, so I apologize. But this time we should have everything sorted out. But here's what we are playing today. So obviously, Dragon Rulers, this is definitely going to be something that I also want to be playing probably in the eventual second anniversary episode that we do, because this is the only time that Dragon Rulers come up. Because they just print them, they absolutely wreak havoc, and they get swept on the rug onto the ban list for such a long time. Which, understandable, but also what a cool archetype. So yeah, let's go over the deck. So first, I want to say, like last time, I feel like I said that I built one of the worst decks I've ever built. I actually this time think that this is probably one of the best decks I've built. There are some sus cards, but I feel like overall, like the ratios, the cards here, the set was just lend itself, and obviously this deck isn't like too hard to build. It just lends itself super well. So let me talk about all of the rulers at once, because they all have the similar case where all of them, if they are in your hand or grave, you can banish a total of 2 dragon type or their own type. So Redux Earth, Tidal Water, Blaster Fire, and Tempest Wind from your hand and or grave to special summon it, and then during your opponent's end phase, if any of these were special summoned by any means, you return them to the hand. Then you can discard them, and a monster with their own type. So this can't be like Earth and or Dragon. For Redux, it has to be Earth, Water, Fire, Wind. You discard it and one additional one, and then get their own effects. Where Redux special summons from the grave. I think this is this is only in your grave. Title, Foolish Burial, something. So you send a monster from your deck to grave. Blaster pops a card in the field, and Tempest fetches a dragon? Yeah, Tempest fetches a dragon monster from your deck to your hand. And then when all of these are banished, they get the effect where you get to add for their own respective, basically either themselves or their baby to the hand. Basically, always you want to be adding the baby. So you can obviously then use the baby to get the ruler again. So like Redux, if this card is banished, you can add an Earth Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. And then once again, I feel like I don't need to go through the elements every time for Tidal Blaster and Tempest as well. So all of them have a lot of effects, but all of them can only use one effect per turn. So if you're summoning these, then you cannot. If you're discarding these to the grave to get their discard effects, then you can't use the effect to summon them. Also, if you're discarding this and then banishing them from the grave, you can get both of those. So that's like the one limiting factor. If those were there, like this line would be like, I think even still, like these would be completely broken. But a really cool line of cards. And we can talk about the stat lines, but they don't really matter. Redox has the highest defense at 3k. Tidal and Tempest are like in betweeners, and then Blaster has 2800 attack, which is the highest attack stat. But these aren't as relevant, other than like obviously Redox and Blaster being the best ones due to their spiky stat nature. Then for they're all level 7s, which is very important. Then for the babies, we have Reactant and Stream, who are level 4s, and then Burner and Lightning, who are level 3s. And all of these have the single effect where you can discard the baby and then one dragon type or their respective type, earth, water, wind, fire, wind, to summon their respective ruler from your deck. So for React and Obvious Redox, Stream summons Tidal, Burner summons Blaster, Lightning summons Tempest. It's very simple. And then the other monster that we have finally here is a bear. I just wanted to have an additional like decent beater. Also, you can get tankies from the deck to further thin out your deck. It's just easy consistency boosting. We don't need the tankies. We can just use them for pops with bear. Bear is just an incredibly good card overall. For the rest of the spell trap lineup, apart from Tanky, we have Sacred Sword of the 7 stars. It was basically meant for Dragon Rulers. You banish a level 7 monster from your hand or face up on the field to draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 per turn. You get the banish effect of the Rulers. You get to draw 2. It's obviously incredibly good. Then we have 2 Monster Reborn. We have these because the set had Torrential Reborn. The name Reborn obviously gives us a Monster Reborn. This is just so... we can sometimes extend without having to banish stuff, which later on, if we're running lower on resources, is going to be nice. Torrential Reborn, I don't honestly, whenever Fit of Water Monsters, special some by battle, yeah, okay. This doesn't matter. It's only here to give us Monster Reborn. And then we have MSDs here, because of multiple things that I actually can't remember. There were a couple back here that I was like, oh yeah, these. Oh yeah, Mind Drain. Mind Drain was in the set here that we have in the side just to get Mind Control, because if Jeexx also plays level 7s, if we can take Jeexx's Dragon Rulers and use them to make extra deck plays, like that's going to be incredibly good. But Mind Drain, neither player can activate the effects of monster in hand. The babies become dead cards, and the hand effects of the rulers don't work. The babies becoming dead cards is the harder part, but obviously this card absolutely destroys Dragon Rulers. So we need MSD for that. As for the traps that we are running ourselves, we have 3 Dragon Carnation. Obviously, we're going to be banishing a lot of stuff. We can get it back like this, and especially if we banish something like the Rulers, we can then get them back to the hand to use their hand effects with Dragon Carnation later. And then finally, we have 2 Memory Loss. When an effect of an attack position monster your opponent controls is activated, you negate it, and you flip it to face up a defense position. It's just simple monster negation, which is nice. Most importantly for... Big Eye or Dragossack. As for the side deck, most of these things probably we won't end up playing. They're a little bit gimmicky, but let's talk about them regardless. Cyber Phoenix is here if we feel like we want to up our monster count. It's just simply we can set this to stall for a turn, and then we can draw a card. Obviously, we don't really need our normal summon in the stack, because the only thing that we're going to be normal summoning is Bear, so using it on Cyber Phoenix is pretty neat. And for the same reason, we have Light and Darkness Dragon at 2 copies, cannot be spell summoned. And so it needs 2 tributes. While facing on the field, this is dark and light. And then one Spirit Chain during either player's turns when a spell trap or monster effect is activated. Light and Darkness Dragon loses both stats by exactly 500 permanently, and then negates the activation. And then when this card is destroyed and sent to grave, you can get target monster in your grave, pop all of your cards, and spell summon that monster. Mostly just here to, if we get a lot of stuff on the board, we get and we want to end on this. Obviously, essentially this is just for Omni Negates. Obviously they're mandatory, so they affect you as well. But if we just do what we need to do, and then we end on Light and Darkness Dragon, then Jeexx needs to get through 4 negates to be able to use any effects. Or a couple and then beat over this thing, but still, obviously, it's done its job at that point. It's a little bit gimmicky, a little bit hard to get on board usually because it needs 2 tributes, but obviously with Dragon Rulers, that shouldn't be a problem. So it's an option there if we want to go for this instead of our extra deck plays. Then we also have traps on here. We don't really care about the other traps. We obviously really care about stuff like Mind Drain. So this is a way to get through Mind Drain. And then if Jeexx is playing something else than Dragon Rulers, then this can also help with that. Like he was hinting at Medalship, but like I've said before, I don't want to build my decks based on like, okay, he's playing this thing, so I only want to base them for that. And then this is a gimmick. We have Parsec the Interstellar Dragon, where you can normal summon this without tributing. It's a terrible statted level 8, which is only there obvious to make extra deck plays. And then the goal alongside that, we have Radius the Helpmoon Dragon, where if your opponent controls face up Xyz monster, you can spell summon this card. And then it becomes level 8. And these are here to make Galaxia's Tachyon Dragon if we feel like going for the gimmick route. I already explained Mind Drain. We don't want to be playing this. This is just here because I wanted to talk about it. And it gives us access to Mind Control, where if Jeexx is also on Dragon Rulers, take your opponent's Dragon Ruler to make something like Big Eye or Dragosack, obviously an incredible swing. Let me start our extra deck with the said Galaxia's Tachyon Dragon. Probably not going to be summoning this, but it's here just because it's neat. It's a generic level 8. Once per battle phase, at the start of your battle phase, you can detach 1 to negate the effects of all the face up monsters currently in the field except for Tachyon Dragon. It also puts all their attack on defense back to original. Kind of interesting with Light and Darkness Dragon. But obviously it will get negated, but it's a weird, funky interaction with that. Light and Darkness Dragon also being a level 8. And then during the battle phase, if you activated the effect this turn, each time an opponent's card effect resolves, this card gains 1000 attack until the end of the battle phase and can attack an additional time during each battle phase this turn. Probably won't happen because, like, why would your opponent then be activating anything if they're not stopping the attack? It's cool, it's neat. It obviously is indirectly in the Galaxy Eyes. I'm not indirectly. It is in the Galaxy Eyes line, obviously not one of the main things until recently when they got more Tachyon support and now you can go that route more. But it's just a cool card and I wanted to talk about it. As for the rest, we have Totem Bird is here to have, because if we somehow get Lightning and Burner on the board and the only thing we can do, then okay, we can make Totem Bird. Sorry, it needs Windmass. Sorry, it was specifically for 2 lightnings. You know, you can pop a single spell trap and then it becomes smaller. It's not great. Then we have number 69 Heralded Crest. Obviously, would this slot be Shockmaster if you want it to be optimal? Yes. Shockmaster is so degenerate and I just don't want to play it. Obviously, our likelihood of getting it on the board is very small anyways, because we have stuff like Stream, React, and Bear, as well as Cyber Phoenix if we end up going for that to even make stuff like this. But yeah, it's just there if we want to, if we somehow happen to get 3 level 4s and then we want to make it. It negates other Xyz monsters on the field when it's summoned, and you can target one other Xyz monster on the field until the end phase to one from this, and then Heralded Crest becomes that. And it doesn't have a detach effect itself because it basically wants to, hey, become something else and then do death monsters things. It even poses like Shockmaster, which is kind of funny. Isn't the pose like... Yeah, it's like the exact same. That's pretty funny. But yeah. Then we have stuff that's actually more relevant. If we happen to get 2 bears on the field, then we can either go for a Tiger King. If we have 2 bears on the field, there's nothing that we want to go for, then we can go for a Tiger King. If we have 2 bears, we obviously have 2 Tenki. We summon Tiger King, we set the final Tenki from our deck, and then we can negate basically everything that Jeexx has until the end of his turn. And then he needs to deal with Tiger King. Supposedly, if we haven't needed to use the pops from the 2 bears, then we'll have, obviously at that point, we'll have the 3 Tenki on the board. So then when Tiger King gets dealt with, we can send all 3 of those away to then get back our bears, and then we can use those bears to go into Cardinal, which we can talk about next. It's neat. It's just a good card. Having like mass negation, obviously very good. And then Cardinal takes 2 level 4 Fire Fist monsters as well. We can detach both the materials from it to target 2 Fire Fist, Fire Formation cards in our grave and face up on the field. And then 2 cards in our opponent's grave or face up on the field to shuffle everything into the deck, which obviously is very nice because we go something like Tiger King. We use all 3 Tenkeys, and then it goes to the grave. It summons these back. We can use these to go Cardinal. We now have these in the grave. We can shuffle them back to the deck. We can spin back 2 things that Jeexx has. It's just really good, especially when we have stuff like Dragosack that protects itself from destruction in the set, so Cardinal can deal with that. And even if we don't go into Tiger King, it's just really good if we ever get 2 bears with 2 Tenkeys, because we get 2 bears, we get 2 pops using the Tenkeys, and then the 2 Tenkeys in the grave we can use with Cardinal to shuffle them back in the deck and get 2 more spins. Obviously, just from a single rank 4 play, and the obvious setup into it, getting 2 pops and 2 spins for the time is absolutely insane. But then let's actually talk about the stuff that matters here. Mega Phantom Beast, Dragosack, and Big Eye are both generic level 7. Take 2 level 7s are generic rank 7s, sorry. And Big Eye, very simple. You can detach a material from this card to target one once your opponent controls and permanently take control of that. But Big Eye cannot attack the turn you do this. And then Dragosack, you can detach one from this card to spell summon 2 tokens. And while you control a token, Dragosack is immune to being destroyed by Battle card effects. And the Westbender, you can tribute a Mega Phantom Beast monster to target a card in the field and destroy it. And Dragosack cannot attack the turn you activate this. So it generates protection for itself, it pops stuff, it's just incredibly good. You go into Big Eye, you steal one of your opponent's Dragon Rulers, you get another one of your Dragon Rulers, you make a Dragosack with that, you have a Big Eye and Dragosack, and it's just insanely powerful. It's these 2 cards also releasing alongside the Dragon Rulers is what just made the deck so insane. But yeah, that was almost 17 minutes, which honestly, given the deck that we were talking about, I don't think that's too bad. But I'm so excited. This has been like one of my most anticipated episodes in the whole series thus far. I've just always wanted to play Dragon Rulers, and I'm so excited to finally get to experience the deck. So hopefully we can perform, and I'm very interested to see what Jeexx does. Now, Dragon Rulers, I've heard that it's a pretty complicated deck to play, because you usually have a lot of lines, so I'm expecting to make so many misplays, so I want to apologize in advance. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the deck breakdowns, and hopefully you enjoyed the episode. So I will see y'all in the dueling zone next. And ladies and lads, welcome back to History Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey. I stumbled with my intro, but you hopefully didn't hear none of that. And welcome to Lord of Tachyon Galaxy, and welcome to I Need a New Google Theme because of the new resolution. But no, everything should look fine. My set and deck breakdowns last week were messed up because I completely forgot to change my canvas settings on OBS, but we should be fine now. So hopefully everything goes fine. But Jeexx, how are you feeling about Lord of Tachyon Galaxy? This is one of my personal favorites that I've been looking forward to.
I don't have a pun that I can actually think of for this.
Oh,
I'll be honest. Like, I think I wanted to do something with like lording things over each other, but at the same time, I don't think that's like a very good pun because it doesn't really have much to do with anything. And it would change. And Galaxy, I think I made some kind of pun about galaxies at one point, but again, I can't really think of one. I mean, I guess we'll be the Galactic Overlords, but like that's literally a different set. So you know.
yeah.
I'm sorry for the disappointment, guys, but yeah.
All right, the pun fans are gonna be left starving this week, but hopefully your gameplay will do something to satisfy them. But yeah, this is a personal favorite set of mine, not because I played during this time, I definitely didn't, but it's just, or nor do I have fond memories of it, but it's just like Dragon Rulers always have to me being like this mythical, like super cool archetype that I've been really interested in. And obviously, Lord of Tachyon Galaxy, it's in the name. Like, obviously, Galaxy has get some stuff in this set as well. So it's like, it's tailor made for me, the set it feels. So.
Except for the fact that, like, the Lord of Tachyon Galaxy, as in Galaxy Ice Tachyon Dragon, is actually not at all related to Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon, but it is rather just like a rival card to Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon and
A side
Zexal lore,
upgrade almost.
baby.
Almost like
But
a side upgrade, yeah.
yeah. I personally did play during this era, as people may have gathered from the fact that I'm a big Medolce and Noble Knights fan. And at the time, playing Noble Knights and Medolce in a game that was dominated by Fire Fist, spell books, and fucking dragon rulers.
That were all commons.
I do not have. That were all commons.
Which
I
is
do not have
so
fond memories
funny
of this.
to look back on. It's like, why was that a thing?
Because it should be that way. Because everybody plays those cards, so everybody should have
honestly,
access to those cards.
That's way, but like from the developer standpoint, it's like, bro, we could have cashed in on this shit.
Yeah. Like, think about that. Nowadays, when we have anything else, anything that's good in the OCG that gets printed over into the TCG, it ends up being sacred rare, even if it was a common. Like happened with, for example, Totally Awesome, which was a rare and became a secret rare in the TCG, and went from being like a few euro card to being a 70 euro card on release. Yeah. Fuck you, Konami.
But I want to apologize in advance, because the one thing that I know and have heard of Dragon Lords is like it's actually a decently skill intensive deck, so I'm gonna get my Jones out of the way. So if and when I make 10 billion misplays, feel free to call me out for that. But with all that being said, though, let's get to it by pitching Lightning as well as this Blaster to special out a Tempest from my deck. Is that okay?
That is okay.
No Ash. That's good to know. That's good to know.
No Ash.
And actually, I wonder. I guess I'd still get it in attack. And then we're gonna set a card. We're gonna fire off a Tenki. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yep. And we'll filter out our deck a little bit and get a bear to our hand.
A birth.
And I don't think normally the bear does anything for me, really.
Nope.
So I think I'm just gonna call it there. And this bounce during your opponent's end. Yeah.
I shall activate Harpie's Feather Duster.
Yep, that is perfectly fine. So that is Tenki, as well as a Dragon Carnation gone.
Then I would like to activate from my hand Hysteric Sign to add to my hand.
I was gonna say, like,
Egotist.
I kind of forgot we had Feather Duster here, but I guess like you would have had to put a Harpie Brick in there. But interesting. But yeah, go ahead.
Then I would like to normal summon Harpie Queen and activate Elegant Egotist, because Harpie Queen is treated as a Harpie Lady while on the field. Yep. To special summon a Harpie Lady from my deck. Now double checking. This does not get treated as a Harpie Lady in the deck, correct? No, it does not. Then I will simply summon Harpie Lady 1, which increases the attack of all wind monsters by 300.
That is correct. But I don't think that's what you probably care about here, and rather the fact that you have 2 level 4s.
That is more so what I care about, yes. Let me see.
It's also cool because like Harpie Ladies can actually use Tempest pretty well. Or Harpies, sorry.
Yeah,
I definitely wasn't expecting this. That's cool.
This is why I was like, originally I was thinking of playing Mermaids, but then I decided against that because it was like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, come on. Maybe if I just play something other than mermaids again. If I don't play dragon rulers, what else? I don't want to play spellbooks because spellbooks have already been showcased. But Dolces don't
But
have enough,
not
and
with
noble knights.
judgment.
Not with judgment, and it never will be.
I mean,
Never will be.
you'll have your more noble knights and Madolche stuff you can play, I'm sure. Because both of those archetypes get a lot of stuff over the years.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is the only time we'll see dragon rulers.
Good.
Until we eventually make the subtypes also decks, but that's gonna be way later along the line. I can't wait to play Dragon Link with me having access to actual dragon rulers. But also probably when we get to that point, at that point we'll most likely just be like, all right, you remember about the close format? We'll see what we do about that.
I would like to overlay
Yep.
both of these to summon Zero Fine, and I would like to detach a material from Zero Fine to negate the effects of all your face-up monsters, and also give 300 attack for each face-up card currently on the field except so this card to Zero Fine. 2600, correct. Yep. And then I would like to attack into Tempest.
Yep. Your next Tempo. Yeah. So Tempest is gone, and I take 2 hundo.
And then I would like to... let me just double check. I would like to set 1 card and this.
Not a bad turn. Not a bad turn at all.
I had to think a little bit before there because I was like, wait, do I even have like anything other than Utopia that I can go into that can do anything? But yes, I do.
Zerfine is cool.
Yeah, like this was a part of the reason why I went like, maybe there's a way I can play this because one of the cards that could do this is Aurora Wing, but Aurora Wing fucking sucks.
Fair.
Summons itself from the graveyard when destroyed by battle.
Yeah. Huh.
What are we looking for?
I'm kind of looking at what do I want to go for here. So Zerfine is 2600, correct?
Correct.
All right. I wonder if then I just... I guess I can... Huh. Is that dumb? It's kind of dumb. Is it dumb? It's kind of dumb. But it's kind of cool, though. Screw it. Let's go for it. I'm gonna banish Blaster and Lightning to special out from my grave. Tempest.
Yeah.
And then a Blaster gets banished, so the effect to add a fire type dragon. Actually,
fire attribute dragon.
Yeah, fire attribute dragon, sorry.
You can add the small one and then summon out Blaster again.
Do those and then... Yeah.
Next turn.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yep. And if it would let me, thank you. Then, right as you said, I'm going to add to my hand a burner.
The Babu.
And then using our burner alongside the... If it lets me. Alongside the bear, I am going to special out a Blaster. Is that okay?
That is okay. And
then Blaster... There. Anything on the summon?
Nope.
All right. And now this is where I need to think. Because, okay, I go... Screw it. We're gonna be greedy. We gotta go for it at least one. I'm gonna overlay these two and bring out the one and only
Big eye.
big eye.
Hell
Anything
yeah.
on that?
Nope.
Okay, I was genuinely expecting a torrential here. Okay, thank God. Well, then let's attempt to resolve big eye. I guess we'll detach blaster. Yeah, let's detach blaster. And then, obviously on the one target, I'll attempt to take control of that. And then... No, let's not. Or will we?
You can actually make it like 3200 here. Holy shit.
I can make it very big if I want to. There is... Okay. Honestly, if you had a torrential there and you didn't rip it on that, then you're the best player in the world. I'm gonna normal summon bear from my hand.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, there is... If you actually have... if you actually have torrential and you've been waiting on it this long, then hey, all the power to you. I'll swing with bear first.
Yep.
And then, yeah, sorry, I was already so ready, like, oh, of course this is gonna resolve. And I'll set a Tinky. And then we'll swing with Zerfine, who is still 26.
Yep.
Big Eye can't attack, main 2. And might as well activate this Tinky, so we'll get the last bear out from our deck. And I'm genuinely thinking, like, if I should have used Zerofine just to negate Hysteric Sign, but I don't know, like, what could you do with getting the Harpies? Because the fact that it's cards and not monsters is what's scary.
Hysteric Sign doesn't get... It does, never mind. We're forgot.
Yeah.
I'll activate Hysteric Sign.
Oh, yeah.
To add another Elegant Egotist to my hand.
Yep.
Then I would like to activate...
If you have a way to go into Big Eye to get my Big Eye and then use my Big Eye to take your 0-5 back, then, you know.
See, I do.
That's pretty funny.
Like, I do, and that's fucking sick. But at the same time,
if you have that thing available to you, there's no way you don't go for it. You're actually crazy if you don't. Hysteric Sign is one of those cards that feel like that for the time, it's like, it's super, it's like one of the earliest ways, like, I feel like when they started doing, like, what if we gave legacy support to a terrible archetype, so, and because the archetype is bad, we can load this full of actual, like, good effects. It's pretty cool.
it is. Fuck. Like, I have such a...
There's the Lions.
I have decision like paralysis right now because I have a couple of things that I could do that are all kinda cool and kinda funny. Because I can go into Shark Drake, bro. I can go into Shark Drake and clear your big guy and my 0-5 in one fell swoop.
You can do that, or you can have 2 big eyes on your board as well as a 0-5. Which is why
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, if you can do that, then how the hell are you not going for that? Impressive, though.
Oh, I can't actually go into the 0-5 here. Now that I think about it. I can't get the 0-5 out of this.
How come?
Oh. Because the way that I get into Big Eye is something
Oh,
that kind of requires me to
I see.
run over the 0-5.
I see.
So, I mean, the 0-5 is how big ring? It's 2.6k, right?
It was until your
Oh,
standby,
so
and
it's
I didn't
just
use it, so it's just 2k.
just 2k.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna activate Monastery Board to summon Blaster to my side of the
Yeah.
field to swing over the 0-5.
Yep. 0-5
Yeah.
goes to grave. I lose 8 hundo.
Yeah. And then I banish Harpie Queen and Harpie Lady to special summon Tempest. And then I overlay both of my Tempests to make Big Eye.
Then you use the big eye to take big eye.
Yes, then I use the Big
Another
Eye to
question is,
take your Big Eye.
do you use the big eye to take my bear?
So the thing is, it technically doesn't matter
Because you can
because
just swing over it too, but
you can get Bear out of this you can get the Tempest out of this no matter what.
yeah.
But then you would need to find ways to deal with 2 Big Eyes, like in total, because you have a Bear in your hand if I remember correctly. The one card that you added with Tanky was
Yeah,
Bear.
do you know one of the 2 cards in my hand was?
Yeah.
Because I used the first thingy to get a bear. I had a bear in my hand that you didn't know of, and then I used the second one to add a bear.
So then I'll simply just grab the Bear.
Yeah.
Because you'll have 2 removals otherwise if things play out the way you would like.
Yeah, I think this makes sense.
Then
And
I
I
pass.
only know the Elegant Egotist in your
Yes.
hand. Alrighty. Draw standby main.
But it could have been so funny.
I mean, I think double big eye is also pretty dope.
Oh wait, Shark Drake is only once per turn actually. I thought it was however many times you have materials.
Now the question here is... Actually, I don't think there's a question now when I think about it, huh? That's actually hilarious.
You make another big eye to yoink the big eye to yoink the big. Whose big eye is which? Oh, mine is the one with the one material left.
Oh yeah. Well, I did end up fucking up, huh? I guess I can do that, but it doesn't really do enough, I don't think. Yeah, that's actually pretty funny. Because doing that doesn't achieve anything. But even if I do that, you can then just grab it right back, so... I mean, I guess it thins me... How much, I mean, I'm still alive. I still think it's probably the play, actually. Man, that really ended up putting me in the ass, huh? I'll start with a normal of a bear.
Yeah.
And Then I'll go combat. And
Yeah.
I'll swing over your bear for a hundo.
Yep.
I'll grab another tanky. And set that one. Then main 2. Actually, wait. Is that actually the play? I genuinely think that's actually my best bet here. All right. Then we'll fire off Monster Reborn. And we're going to grab my own bear.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to overlay these two.
You're not gonna use either effect.
What do you mean either effect?
You're not gonna target one monster on the field and destroy that target.
How would I do that?
Once per turn, you can send one Face of Fire formation spell trap card you control to the graveyard, then target one monster on the field and destroy that target.
Wait, this works even better than I thought.
Bro literally plays the best card in the entire deck and doesn't use its effect.
Okay, I didn't read. My issue here is that okay, let me not do this. I literally thought that my card wasn't as good as it actually is, but it's actually Gigafire.
You could just add another Fire Fist to your hand and then pop both big eyes.
I'll be honest, I don't think I'm running another Fire Fist. Yeah, no, I only have Bear.
Okay. That's fine though. You can just
yeah. I mean, I'm just popping both big eyes.
Yeah, and then you can even do bigger plays from here.
And then I'm gonna overlay these two. And now the question is, do I still want to make the thing that I actually was thinking of making? Or I can't read. I don't think I want to do that then. I think actually in that case I'll just make yeah, I'll just make Tiger King. All my 3 tankies are in the grave, so I don't have legal targets for the effect of Tiger King. So I will just pass. This was definitely like less cool, but there was more shit I could do this way. That okay, so that was something good.
That was Torrential Tribute.
Oh, I like because you didn't want to show me what it was, and that's why.
No, it didn't matter at that point.
Okay,
if you draw any monster, it's GG, and if you don't draw a monster, I need to draw something insane.
Yeah, I mean, I had the way
it's not worth
go
waiting.
into. Actually, yeah, it didn't even matter.
Oh,
I mean,
you didn't
it
even
kind of
draw
matters
monster,
because I can go into Draco Sack, and then the Torrential Tribute doesn't matter because the tokens protect itself. So the tokens die, but I still have Draco Sack.
No, but as long as you summon something under the field, like just pop it before you make Draco Sack.
Oh yeah. If you just fire it on the first thing, yeah. I mean, yeah. At that point, yeah, I don't. Yeah, if it pops on the first thing, yeah, I don't have then unless I specifically draw. If I specifically draw, I think lightning is the only way I then have maybe any of the babies. I don't think I had a way to make any XC plays then, but yeah. Let's go outside for game 2. And a few changes.
Sure.
But yeah, not in a million years could I have called that you're gonna play Harpies. I'll give it up. That's fucking cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that sucks. Mildly unfortunate starting hand, I must admit. In fact, I would like to say that it is so unfortunate that I will simply do this.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't, just straight up pass. So hey, I think that's pretty good. All right. What do we even want to do here? I guess we can just start with a Sacred Sword of 7 stars. And
Lot of greed.
let's banish a blaster for that.
Yes.
Is that okay?
+3.
Yeah. Hey, only a plus. I'm you losing one card there.
Then you get to summon a blaster from your deck.
And then we go.
Don't forget that you get to add a fire dragon monster from your deck to your hand.
Yeah, that's what I was. One thing that bothers me about the Dragon Rulers is all of they have the effects listed in like different order, which is like what the hell, man.
Yeah. It's a little odd.
It is. But yeah, let's pitch Burner alongside. I guess we'll throw Title to summon out a blaster. Is that okay?
That is okay.
And I don't like doing this. I'm still gonna do it. I'll blast this with MST. Alright.
When my opponent blindly busts out MST.
Yes, sir. You know me. Now that makes me more scared. Because I mean, if it's torrential, then it's torrential. I'll pitch from my hand a stream alongside Redox to summon out a Title. Is that okay? Yeah, I figured. We can still make something happen here, but it's just gonna hurt. Let's banish. Yeah, we can exactly get you on board. Let's banish a stream and one of the titles to summon out. I think I want. Honestly, I'll get Title. And then Title gets banished. I'll add a water. Actually, no. Nope. Yeah, because I used the effect of this. And then I've already.
Your only target is Redox here, so
yeah.
You have to summon Redox.
Yeah. So let me get these, and then I will get Redox on the board. Then we'll overlay these two. And summon the other 7. Dracosac. And let's get 2 tokens. Let's poke for 26. Let's go main to set, and that's gonna do it for me.
I would like to normal summon Harpie Queen.
Yep.
I would like to activate Elegant Egotist.
Yep. That is perfectly fine.
To special summon Harpie Lady 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would like to activate Hysteric Sign.
Yep.
To add to my hand Elegant Egotist. And I would like to activate Elegant Egotist to add to a special summon from my deck. A Harpie Lady.
1.
Harpie
Yep.
Lady. And then
my Dracossack is huge. It's 3,200.
the Dracossack is massive. It's quite terrifying.
I want to say the Harpie Lady Xyz was 3 mats, but I'll be honest, I don't remember what it does.
That is correct. This card's effects can only be applied and resolved while it has material. This card can attack your opponent directly. Your opponent cannot target any Harpie monsters with effects or
Also,
attacks.
I would like to do, because I forgot to detach for the Dracossack token summon, so
yeah.
My apologies for that.
That is okay. Let's see, let me think. This is 1 detach. This can get popped. I mean, I think this is kind of the only thing that I could feasibly make here.
Tobia the Lightning? Smile?
Could do anything.
I just now realized that Dracossack has a head. I don't know why I always thought all of the others are like kind of animatronic planes, but then Dracossack it's just a like Boeing plane, but it doesn't have a head.
It does
make sense.
Have a head. Yeah.
Hey, why would you make my Dracossack smaller?
0,
bastard.
5. Yep. And then Torrential.
Nope, I got nothing.
Then I would like to activate 0, fine.
Yep.
Negate all the effects of your face-up cards and gain 300, 600, 900, 1200, 1500 attack for my 0, fine. To then attack over your Dracossack for 900.
Yep. And because it's negated. Wait, it was 900, right? Yeah.
900 is. Yep. And then attack into one of the tokens.
Yep.
And then pass.
Alrighty. Draw standby main, and now this is where it gets interesting. Actually, does it even get interesting, or do I just... I do that. I do that. Can I count? Because I do those things. There's 2 egotists. Because so their fine is 3,500, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I get this. I can do that. You're at 1 card in hand. Huh. Honestly, it seems so silly. But I think that might be what I do. I do those. It's then this. I can do... God, it's so annoying. I can't do everything that I want to do. Actually, wait. Sorry, I need to think for a sec. I get that. There's that. I mean, I guess I could do that. I get those. Actually, wait, that works, right? Because I get those two. Okay, yeah, I think I found it, right? Yeah, yeah, okay. All right, I got it. I'm gonna start with the activation of Dragon Carnation.
Mm-hmm.
To grab to my hand a blaster from the banished zone. Then I'm gonna make sure that I'm not doing any cheating. Yep. I'm gonna use my blaster effect for the turn. I'm gonna pitch blaster as well as this bear from my hand to pop Zerafine.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna... Actually, wait. It doesn't fucking work because I'm dumb. Because... yeah, I'm dumb. Yeah, fucked up because... Fuck. Actually, wait. I mean, I can still get set up, I guess, but yeah. Yeah, it doesn't work. Because I can do... Yeah. God, it's so annoying that that's the one thing that I have. I guess that's still the best thing I can do. I'm gonna banish... Which one do I want? I guess it doesn't matter. I'm definitely banishing a blaster because I can't summon that back this turn. And I guess I'll banish Redox to summon out Title. Redox effect. Actually, wait. I don't think it works, but does it? Because... Yeah, okay. Just making sure. And... I'll get to my hand a Reactin. And then the question is... I don't think it makes sense. Yeah, you're at one card. I think I'll just go Battle Phase and use Title to beat over this thing for 700. And I'm gonna go main 2, and I don't think I'm gonna do anything else, because does that do enough for me? I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me. You could have played a little different. Like, actually, no. If I had one more dragon in my grave, then it would have worked. Because if I got the 2 searches.
Finally.
Oh, that's
I normal
scary.
summon Harpie Channeler, and I banish
Ooh.
2 wins from my graveyard to special summon Tempest. And because I have a dragon monster on the field, Channeler becomes level 7.
Yep.
I overlay these 2
For a big guy.
to then...
Or?
The question is, do I want to make big guy? Because
actually,
this
yeah.
thing leaves the field, so it doesn't really do anything. So my
Yeah, that's actually
actual
true.
answer would have to be Draco Sack.
Yeah.
And then I would detach Tempest to special summon 2 tokens.
Yep.
And then I can't attack this turn, and it would trade. It would trade, but like, wait, actually, I can do that, and it doesn't tribute any tokens, so I can just do this because it doesn't get destroyed by battle. But
what do you mean it doesn't get?
Well, you control a token. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects.
Oh, yeah.
Reading the card explains the card.
True.
And then, oh, that would be interesting. That'll be interesting next turn, maybe. And I just pass.
All right. Well, I mean, there's not much to be done here, unfortunately. I think I'm just going to set one and what's the worst case scenario here? Because I have my one token. The worst case scenario is you get like Monster Reborn, I guess. Yeah, Monster Reborn is the worst case scenario. Because actually, that would be fucking funny, but I don't think it makes any sense. Does it? No, it doesn't. Because I do that. Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. Honestly, I don't even think I care about this shit. I think genuinely that my turn is just gonna be a dud. Go ahead.
Stand by main.
I think
I'm
Monster Reborn
I'm gonna
is the
just
thing that kills me here.
I'm just gonna kill this token to destroy my own historic sign. And then I'll detach one to summon two. And then end phase. Actually, I'll set this. And then in end phase, I add 3 harpies with different names to my hand. Harpie cards, important. I will add Harpie Channeler. Double checking. Harpie Hunting Ground. And then Harpie.
I do have stuff I can do here if I can just draw cards, which shouldn't be too hard, but
Yeah. Is it exactly 3? Or can I add less than 3? Just to check.
Up to 3, so you don't have to add all 3.
I'll add 3 anyhow.
Yeah.
And then I pass.
I mean, I don't think there's much reason not to. Alright, well, that is not what I like to see, unfortunately.
You mind if I just move the Draco sack here?
Yeah, go ahead. It hasn't affected anything, so that's perfectly fine. And now the question is, that doesn't do enough, I don't think. Because it's that... Yeah, it doesn't... Actually... Wait, it's so greedy though. I don't think there's any reason for me to do that, especially since I'm still this high in life. I mean, I'll just... Actually... Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, this works. I'll normal out a bear. Is that okay?
That is okay.
Then I'm just gonna punch one of the tokens just for the hell of it.
Yep.
Because we eventually need to get rid of those. Then I'm gonna set one and end my turn.
Stand by main. I would like to destroy your face now.
Yeah, I'll pop it in response.
I'll pop mine in response. His third party.
Oh.
By discarding one, and I special summon as many Harpie ladies from the graveyard as possible, which would be Harpie Lady Channeler and Harpie Queen. And now, if this card gets destroyed this turn, it's effective. No, it's on the field. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Yep.
But I get these out, and then let us see. I would like to discard from my hand a double check-in. Actually, does that matter? Kinda does. I do not control a dragon currently, but that is of no consequence really. I would like to discard Harpie Channeler to special summon from my deck a Harpie monster in defense position. Harpie Lady. I would like to summon Harpie Lady 1. All
Yep.
wind monsters gain 200 attack.
300.
Then I would 300.
Yeah.
300 attack. Holy. Then I would like to discard from my hand Harpie Queen to add to my hand a
Hunting ground.
Hunting Ground. Then I would like to banish from my graveyard Harpie Chandler and Harpie Queen to special summon a Tempest.
Yep.
Then I would like to overlay these two
For another Draco sack.
Another Draco sack. Then I would like to activate Harpie's Hunting Ground and attack over your bear using the Queen.
Yep. So that is 500.
And then I would like to also attack over this token with my Draco sack.
Yep.
Number 2. Go main phase 2. I would like to overlay these two to make a... This is a tough one, actually. Because this can be destroyed. That can be destroyed. This can be used to yoink this to prevent them from being used. So I will simply go into a Harpie, into Utopia to prevent you from trading into these. And then I... Actually, no, before I pass...
I was like, you don't want to make more tokens?
Detach one to make some more tokens.
Yep.
Now, the problem is that I detach Chandler here or Tempest here. You can use them as material for anything if you have Monster Reborn.
Alrighty then. What do I want? I think I want that, right? Yeah, it has to be that. Exactly, which is very unlikely. All right. Well, let's start by pitching Reactant and Tempest. We'll summon out a Redox. Actually, I don't think it doesn't matters. Yeah. Then we are going to suffer.
You make bigger, you yoink Draco's to make tokens, and then pop. I run into a token. Actually, you have to pop Utopia probably.
I think it doesn't matter really. No. Yeah. We're gonna banish. Yeah, I didn't use this. Yeah, I can still do that. Yeah, I'm gonna banish Tempests.
Yeah.
And Reactant. I'll get the Tempest Search. We'll summon out a title.
Yep.
Tempest Search. We'll get our... Actually, should I have done that? I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll get Lightning to hand. And... I guess it would have been pretty funny. Actually, is there any merit to me doing that? Because, okay. I do that, I do that, I did that. Then wait, I can do... Okay. Doesn't really matter. I guess I could do that. Is there gonna be another turn is what I'm asking myself right now. I think it makes the most sense. There's no way there's gonna be another turn, is there?
If you don't win on, if you win on this turn, then no, there won't be. But if I'm not winning on the next turn,
I force these things out. I don't think this achieves anything anyway, because I do this happens. That doesn't matter then. Then this is there. I do those. That doesn't really matter. Actually, wait, it does matter. It actually matters so much. Okay, yeah. This is what we're gonna do. Yeah, I think this is the play. We'll fire off a Monster Reborn. And we will grab your Channeler. You're right, I had it. And then...
Of course you had it.
I had it for many turns. We'll go Battle Phase. Channeler... Actually, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I need to get rid of this. Yeah. Channeler will swing into this token. Okay, makes sense. Title will swing into Utopia. So it's whatever I'm doing here, you're negating that anyway.
Correct.
And then now the question is... Wait. How does Utopia work? Because it's worded like you would redeclare if you're targeting that. But that would also be weird.
Pretty sure once Utopia dies, the attack is...
Let me make sure, because it would be weird if it were like if you get to redeclare because it's literally there, but...
You get to attack again.
Oh, it is. Kind of weird. I mean, I guess then since I get it for free, I'll just swing into Utopia, pops itself with the effect, and then I'll just redeclare into one of the tokens.
Yep.
Okay, and then we're gonna use Channeler and Redux to go into... No, I don't want to fuck this up. No, I do this first.
You go into Big Eye.
Go Big Eye here. Then
grab
obviously not in my battle phase, yeah. Then
detach Redux.
Yep. I get
No. From Big Eye. From Big Eye.
Oh yeah, I wanted this first, obviously. And then I'm gonna... Actually, yeah, I guess it makes more sense to do this. Because, like, I do those. And then I swing in over one of those. Actually, it doesn't matter. I mean, you get the pop Big Eye, but... I mean, last time I said, like, I mean, you only have X card, so, you know... Nothing bad will happen here, and then a lot of bad things happened here.
When I have a normal summon level 7 that I can just pull off the top of my head while having a summonable level 7 dragon in my graveyard, there's a lot I can do off of just one card.
Yeah, that's very much true. I guess here it's kind of whatever. We can trade tokens here. I mean, I don't think I have reason to not do it. I kind of don't care. You're gonna want to get rid of my Big Eye because you want your Channeler, and Big Eye already also has mats. I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll just trade tokens. I'll use Dracossack to pop one of your... Actually, yeah.
Yeah, if you try to pop Dracossack, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, obviously that. I was thinking Historic Party, but it doesn't do anything anymore. It's just a dead card. Because I was like, can you do it every turn? But no, that would be insane.
That would be broken.
And
Like legitimately, I would argue
yeah,
that would be too
it
good.
would be insanely good.
That's why Pendulum is broken, because you could just spam them out
The pendulum is fair and balanced.
until they nerfed
No.
it.
I wonder if I should have actually now with hindsight done this. I guess I should have, but I think I kind of like my position anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna pass. This has been an interesting game.
I am fucking demented. Aren't I?
Because you can get Tempest on the field. But if you don't have another monster reborn, then that's that. If you do have another monster reborn, then I just lose.
I'm gonna tribute summon. Tempest.
That also works.
I'm gonna banish 2
That's
wins
pretty
from the
good.
graveyard to spell summon Tempest.
Yep.
And overlay to make Big Eye, and then detach a Tempest to grab your Big Eye.
Yep. And then detach 1 to get my Draco Sack.
To get your Draco Sack, yes. And then now the issue here is that
Draco Sack is the only one
actually
who can attack.
Yes, but that is in itself kind of fine.
This is an interesting attack, actually.
Because
Title
like
goes,
I can attack
title goes
into
to my hand if.
Title in your hand is fodder for the babies, which means that if you have a baby in your hand, you can guarantee that you can get 1 more out. But if it's in the graveyard, it doesn't do anything unless you have another one of them in hand. And Redox will get you the other baby anyhow if you have a. So I kill Title. Title goes to grave. You have any big dragon ruler in hand. You banish Redox and Title, and you get to add 2 babies, and then you use the 2 babies to summon anything to the field. Title goes to hand. Nothing changes. I have 1 extra body on the field that needs to be dealt with. Versus right now, where if I jam my Draco Sack into the Title, I lose Draco Sack. But Title returning to your hand or being in the graveyard is practically the same thing, because its function won't be most likely to summon itself, because you can guarantee get 2 babies out of the deck if you banish Redox and itself. So it is better to banish Redox and Title, assuming
I get it in the grave, yes. Yeah, assuming I get it in the grave.
Even if it's in your hand, you can banish it. If this card is in your hand, or you can banish a total of 2 water and or dragon type monsters from your hand or graveyard. Yeah. So you can banish it from your hand. So it doesn't matter where it goes. If it's in your hand,
but I need 1 more dragon obviously for that. But yeah.
Yeah. You
ultimately
like, if you have, or if you draw a adult dragon, regardless of where Title goes, you can activate Title.
Yeah.
And Redox. Now, if Title goes to hand and you have a baby in hand, then you can discard Title to the graveyard and summon whatever the baby gives you out. And assuming that it's not stream, you can then use Title with something else, hopefully. I don't know. Neither of us know what you're gonna end up drawing, because that's also gonna decide this.
Yeah.
Like, assuming
it's actually a really interesting position you're in.
Yeah. Wait, double checking.
Yeah.
You've banished 2 blasters.
Yep.
You have 1 burner either in your hand or you didn't add 1, but I can check the log, I'm pretty sure. Center burner from hand, added burner. You have a burner in your hand right now, fairly certain. Unless for some reason this is showing me the previous matches information, which could be possible.
I can tell you that I do not have burner in my hand. So it's probably then bugged.
That's annoying, because like there's a search feature, but the search feature doesn't like. Oh yeah, actually, wait, does show me? No. If you search for burner, it says added burner dragon ruler sparks from deck to hand, and sent burner dragon ruler sparks from hand to graveyard, and then added burner dragon ruler sparks from deck to hand. So you should have had 2 over the course of this match, but
it's definitely bug. I assure you, hand on my Bible, the other one on my heart, I do not have burner in my hand. I assure you.
That's... Do I trust?
Uh, I assure you, I literally, there is no merit in a case like this for me to lie to you, and you can see the
Okay, okay,
tapes. I assure you, I do not have burner in my hand.
okay.
Like that, I promise.
Then the only way, like, what are the odds you draw a baby?
It depends on how many of them I'm playing.
Like, you use 2 blasters, which means that your odds of drawing another blaster is lower than any other. So you can't likely use bears for anything worthwhile right now. Fuck. Like, calculating the odds of this thing is kind of tough. Because again, like, it all depends on what your current card in hand is. Because, like, assuming that you either draw a baby or a adult dragon, it's also sort of irrelevant at this point.
Yeah. And one of the positions is a little bit better for both of us because you get an extra body. I get a like higher likelihood of actually getting to do more things. Or then there's the like where you just kill the token and take the crash them both, and in a lot of scenarios it ends up the same, but it's in that one scenario, or I guess it's not one because there are multiple babies.
Like, if you draw a single adult ruler, you can use this. Is what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And if you draw a baby, it doesn't matter again. Like, with a baby, you can't activate the effect to search for the other babies as easily, but you'll still be able to get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're actually insane, you can tribute summon the token and the baby. Oh no, the card that you get out of the baby. Fuck. This is legitimately a tough choice.
It is.
I
don't blame you for thinking this hard.
Like, I lose Draco Sack. Draco Sack goes to graveyard. You get 2 wins in the graveyard. That's also important. If you have Tempest in your hand, you get 2 wins in the graveyard to summon Tempest out.
And
that's also important.
Also, it's just something to consider. It's not. I would otherwise wouldn't even point this out, that it wouldn't be relevant. But literally, the thing that I was thinking of doing earlier was Monster Reborning the Dracosac, literally because I had 1 token on the board, and then I could have popped something. So literally, Monster Reborn also, if you crash them, it's...
Oh, true.
It's... I mean, I have my own Dracosac, so yeah, it doesn't matter. But it's like, if the token is there, I can... There is the chance where I can Monster Reborn a Dracosac and use the pop.
I think...
I even wouldn't point it out, but it was something that I literally considered for so long on my previous turn. So that's why I just wanted to point that out.
I think it has to be that I swing. Actually, is this my Dracosac or your Dracosac? I'm just gonna send it to... It's my Dracosac.
I was like, I think it's yours because I... But yeah, I could check like this. Yeah, because I don't like...
That's... That's also important.
Yeah, it's funny here because literally, like, okay, I know that it's one of, like, both of us have used one big eye, but other than that, I was like, I literally don't remember whose Dracosac this was.
Yeah, because if the Dracosac would go to your graveyard, you have two targets for it.
Yeah,
and that's bad. But I think... Because if I leave Dracosac on the board, you're going to have to get rid of the Dracosac, and the Dracosac can't be used in conjunction with the token after that. And if you don't get rid of my big eyes, which you should absolutely get rid of one of the big eyes, you can yoink the big eye to yoink a big eye.
This is such an interesting game state, actually.
There's too many things that can go wrong. It's so tough. So I am just going to simplify it, because there's too many things that can go wrong. But if there's one exceptional situation that can completely turn this game around, which is the Monster Reborn while you have a token on the field. Yeah. The Monster Reborn while you have a token on the field is a situation that I can easily control, and I don't lose anything out of this trade, because every single other play pattern that you have can be achieved if you hit a 50-50 here.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to attack the token.
Yeah, I think this makes sense. I think that's the only way where you literally, on the spot, you lose. You leave that open, I draw Monster Reborn, and
that's it.
I think that's basically going to be game.
Either I like the Draco Sack can trade into the big eyes, or the big eyes can just easily be popped.
Yeah.
And again, like from here, there is a game state where you immediately lose as well, where you get a big eye into the big eye, and then yoink the Draco Sack and swing over like the big eye, and then that's it. But I think this is the best option that I have.
Yeah.
And I like
I would be inclined to agree. And during your end, title returns to my hand.
There's an important note to make here that title also has the effect of you can send it to the graveyard with another water monster to send another dragon to the graveyard. So technically, title going to the hand guarantees that you get another ruler into play. You get a blaster into play, but there is the fact that it requires a water and not another dragon.
Yep.
So that itself is like that's the lowest like likelihood of play, and it also like you're probably not going to do that unless you can really guarantee that you can get Redox out after that.
Okay, and
actually
now
you don't need to get Redox out.
Now this is where it gets interesting. I do those, I do that.
Yeah, because you can dump Blaster, you can banish Redox with Bear, and then you can, if you have another dragon in hand, you can make the big eye into the big eye, join the Draco Sack.
Those don't matter. I genuinely think this is actually my best play. So I'm gonna banish from my grave Redox and from my hand
Draco Sack or
lightning.
Title. Oh, lightning. Oh yeah. You have one of these.
To
you had it this earlier.
Yeah, to special out the title, and then I'm gonna add. Actually,
you add the baby and you just go into Redux and you make big eye into, and then you make big eye and then you Draco Sack. Trade into big eye.
Oh, I assure you, if the card in my hand was a card that I could use to go into Redux with the baby, I would absolutely do that. I assure you that would be a very easy choice.
That is unfortunate.
My draws have not been good this set, I will say. But yeah, I will do this, and unfortunately...
Wait. Go.
Yeah?
Go back.
Which one?
This, well, you already went past it, but you could have just discarded Lightning and Tidal to summon Tempest, and then banished Lightning and Tidal to summon Redox.
Wait, I literally counted I was one short, because I pitch both of those, they go in the grave, I get that. Because don't I have to...
You have a Redox in grave, and then you banish the Tidal and the Lightning, because they're both dragons. Because it doesn't have to be any specific type if it's dragons, and then you summon Redox, and then you...
Wait, I literally thought of that. I swear I counted... Did I miscount my... Because I swear I literally... That was the first play that I was thinking, like, okay, I just... Did I miss... Because, wait, okay, what was it? This was in my hand. Because Reactant was in my deck. I had this, then I had Lightning in my hand, and this was in my grave. Because I literally looked at this, and I was like, I don't have enough. Because, like... I pitched these two. I get Tempest is gonna be on the board. I'm gonna have these two. Oh yeah, that is it. Wait, how did I count? I literally, that was the first thing that I thought of when my turn started. I was like, no, I'm one short. Then I like thought of two other things that I could do, and after those, like this is the only thing I can really do. But then I was like, can I? I literally, in two different instances, went to the same play and counter stuff, and somehow was like, wait, I don't have enough. Now, how long has this... It's been a 45-minute game. Okay, I guess that makes sense a little bit.
You can also end with the stream in hand, I think, right? So you can actually have a play for next turn as well if you top deck.
Yeah, because that way, obviously, I get stream from the title banish. But I'm now curious, because, okay, I will disclose that I've been super tired today. So I don't know. Maybe this is just me making excuse, but I'm now thinking like, how the hell? Because I literally considered the same play like twice, and somehow like I'm now just so curious. Like, how did I
Like, this is the most
count
basic
these?
play pattern.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was like, and it's not even like it's two different instances where I considered the same thing, and then like both times I was like, I don't have enough for this, and I'm just now like so curious, like how did I end with like that deduction? And that's like, I mean, I appreciate you pointed that out. I'm just
Like,
now so like I don't know how. I don't
I
know.
just felt like that if that's what you're actually doing, then go for it. But like, there is like the easiest and most obvious play pattern available. Simply go for it, bro.
I
It's gonna win
think
you the game. So
I don't think it matters, but I think the other thing here is like, okay, I guess I pitched this. I'll take your big eye, then I'll detach, and I'll take. It doesn't matter because whatever I take, I'm then crashing those two. So what ends up being is like this, and then the other two are in the graves, yeah.
yeah.
And then I set one on pass. But yeah. I appreciate it. I don't know how I
No problem.
literally considered two different situations. Didn't realize that.
I am gonna special summon from my hand, Photon Trasher.
Oh shit! The
Uh,
greatest starter in the entire game that only summons itself and doesn't do anything else.
I banish from a graveyard Tempest and Harpie. Actually, Tempest and Dracosack.
Yep.
And then I will special summon Tempest. And
Yep.
actually, that's annoying.
This one is here is like that you don't also get the search. It feels bad,
Yeah,
but also it does make sense. But also it does feel bad.
does feel very bad.
It is
Do I
also
even
pretty.
want to do that? Because if I do that, then in that case, like you get to yoink the Tempest and do plays with the Tempest.
Yeah, bro. Thank God, Big Eye it isn't the thing anymore. This card is a bastard. God.
I mean,
This is game two, by the way. Like we
this is
still got
game
one
two.
more to
No, we
go.
don't. We don't have one more.
Oh yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Oh, I even opened that. Well, yeah. I got another one, so I can just do this. I should have one more title. Yeah, title. Title I cannot attack though, but obviously
Then you do
it
the
doesn't
same.
matter because I can banish these two to get Redux here, then Redux.
And then you get to add the Redux. See? That's what I
mean,
meant.
yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, and then these can, at this point, it doesn't matter at all, but I guess just because it's funny, we'll make a third big guy, because that's just being the whole fucking...
And then you yoink the Thrasher.
Then you summon it. Like, yeah. And then I do this, and obviously take my boy, and then I tribute these three for Obelisk the Tormentor.
Yes.
And then stuff happens.
And
Bro, I'll be honest though, you had way cooler plays than I did.
the fact that I didn't see Chandler until I was already basically fucking done was kind of unfortunate.
Probably the best card in the deck.
Like
Probably
Zero Fine and these. Like Zero Fine is really good as well.
I definitely like. I was looking at the like stuff, and it's like Zero Fine is good, but it's so good. Also, when I was initially thinking, like before you pointed out the double pops with my bears, the thing that I was considering was Cardinal, because I had my fire formations where I could have shuffled back two fire formation and shuffled back both the... I don't remember if it was Big Eye and Dracosack or two Big Eyes that you had currently, but I could have shuffled both your Xyz that you had back with this, which was the other thing that I was considering.
But imagine a world where I have enough of a board where you send two, like you have enough to send two fire formations of the graveyard, and then you deal battle damage, and then you use this guy.
It's that, yeah, that would be crazy. I mean, that was in my main too, but even if it was like the okay, I said, because that was what I was thinking, because this is you can target two fire formation cards in your grave and or face upon the field, because that was what I was initially like. I can't use them from the grave, and I think one of your things at least was Draco set that was protected, so obviously this gets around that because shuffles it back. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to pop them, but then I was like, oh wait, you can use this in the grave. So it was like, if you had a crazy board, the fact that I could like go, okay, pop 2, shuffle back 2, and then also get my get them back into grave, back into deck, so I can even use them later if I happen to find my last. If I happen to want one of them, I can get my last bear, and it's, man.
Yeah,
But
this was fairly good.
this
Overall.
was
Like,
so many things that I just didn't see, and this is it's a cool deck. Like, it's a cool deck. It's a cool archetype. I was I don't know. I've always been intrigued, and it definitely like matched the hype. I think it's a really cool archetype just overall. It's, I mean, it's insane for the time, like what they did print, especially in all common. Also, Trapstone was this one, and yeah, it's crazy.
it's kind of wild. I played Mind Drain.
I had only one of those just to get mind control. I think I ended up putting one in now. Yeah.
I decided that Mind Drain was a strong enough card to actually play.
Yeah, because obviously
Because
the hand effects of stuff, especially Blaster, is just very
yeah,
good.
and like you can't summon them from hand
Yep.
if you have a Mind Drain on the field, which is the biggest deal. Like the babies are dead cards at that point,
Yeah,
and you can't get rid of them without MSDs.
all the
So
yeah, I was literally like I think in my initial version of this I wasn't even running. I think I might have had one MST, and then later I was like, okay, wait, there, like stuff like torrential is annoying, but like mind drain is actually okay. Wait, the dragon rulers actually don't play under this, so that was like,
yeah,
okay, yeah, actually just for this card, I actually need to max out on this. So I ended up playing
that's
all three MST. And
I
that's also
think
why I sided in all three trap stuns. Obviously, those were from the Astral Pack, so I couldn't play them in game one, but game two, I threw them in.
I don't think I played anything from the Astral Pack other than Photon Trasher, like straight up.
What did I play from there?
I deemed that the Harpie deck itself has enough options in it to just play. And also, I just want to make this clear. There was a chance where I had 3 monsters on board when you had nothing on board to contest, and I did not do it.
Yep.
I did not do it.
You did not. We were talking about this before the episode. Good old Shockmaster. That was the funny thing when I was like, oh, I don't remember if Harpie's Bed Dragon was 3 level 4 monsters, when there is obviously another thing that you could do here. But yeah, that's the same thing here. It's like, obviously Tachyon Dragon gave us numbers, gave us Big Eye. I could have also put Shockmaster in here, but yeah. See here, my good boy who is here instead of Shockmaster. It's Heraldry Crest. I think it's also like fine. Obviously, you know, it's nothing compared to Shockmaster. But it's just like,
It feels like this was intended to be a fixed Shockmaster. Like,
yeah.
they even have the same fucking pose.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like, just looks like that. Okay, hey, guys, this one has more attack. Please play this thing instead. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it. I think Shockmaster is a card that I don't know. But I just think Shockmaster actually feels bad to play, because already if you have so many, if you have 3 cards on the field, already like you're probably already like in a pretty good shape, and then if you drop Shockmaster as well, you have something else there. It's just like you're the game is not happening anymore. It's pretty funny in the same the same one. It was like you had a way to and a chance to go into Shockmaster. You're like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I was like, yeah,
I think that speaks volumes.
I'm not gonna put Shockmaster in my deck. It's like the fact that like we didn't talk about it, but both of us were like, bro, fuck this card. Actually, it's pretty funny.
I don't feel like Shockmaster is a fun play pattern, especially
Yeah.
considering that I, on top of that, had cards like Mind Drain in hand. So not only would I have been able to block out all of your Dragon Rulers, I could have blocked out all of your MSTs as well from dealing
Yeah,
with the
that's
card
the
deck
thing.
is
Like, imagine like against this deck, you flip Mind Drain, you call spell on Shockmaster. It's literally like 3 turns when I'm literally not doing anything.
Yeah.
The only
If
thing
I go
at
first,
that
it's just
point
over.
I do is okay, if I already had a what's his face? If I already had a tanky on the board that you have a way to get rid of, and then I draw into bear, so I can then use bear to use the effect to pop. And even then, it's like, okay, what am I popping at that point? It's probably Shockmaster, because otherwise getting beaten over. And then it's still, okay, I still need to now find a tanky, which obviously I'm not going to be able to do with bear if you have any other monster on the board, probably. Or then I need to then find the MSD. It's like, it's a pretty crazy. I think that's the like main issue also, that I don't know like if that's probably, I think like it's just sentiment ship or like more people, but I think like that's the issue with floodgates. It's like if you have one, it's like okay, it's annoying. But the moment you have any 2 floodgate effects going on at once, that's when it just goes like, okay, like we're no longer playing the game. Yeah. And I think like that's where it becomes an issue, where it's like, oh, a skill drain obviously is always super annoying. Shit like evenly matched, nobody likes playing against that shit. But it's the moment when you're staring down 3 different floodgates. It's like, bro, why am I even here? Like where we're playing this game.
I think with evenly, there's a argument to be made that evenly requires action. So, for example, if your opponent goes into main 2 and or goes into battle phase immediately, and then they say ending the battle phase, you have to assume they have evenly.
Yeah, I think.
And if they don't, then you just.
I mean, I don't like evenly either, but I think like I said evenly, but I was thinking of Mystic Mine, which I think is like probably the worst offender in all of this.
Yeah. Like there's a bunch of floodgates that are like there's Gozen Match, for example.
Yeah, I think
Gozen Match is probably what you were thinking of because it's kind of the same art as well.
Gozen Match, Rivalry of Warlords, and there can only be one. I think are the 3 that I'm thinking that are like okay, like these are annoying, but a lot of decks it's like okay, you can probably play under these. And those are like, I think those are still like, I don't like floodgates in general. I don't think that's a super hot take. It's like, oh, well, card that I flips is just like, it sits there and says that, okay, a certain thing can't be played. It's not really like, neither side really gets to then play around that. It's like, it's just annoying. But I think like, I don't think there are many people that dislike hand traps because they actually like promote like, okay, it's actually interactive. And that's actually pretty neat. But it's like Omni Negates, okay, you have a certain amount of them usually, like you're using something when you're using them. It's like people don't like Omni Negates, but like even for those, it's like usually there's a limited amount. But it's like Floodgates, it just sits there and just prevents something from happening. It's just not fun.
Yeah.
But it's.
But I gotta say, I'm about to shit myself.
Yeah, no.
I gotta get going, bro.
It's been the second game recording took us exactly an hour. Okay, 59 minutes, but that's crazy. And the fact that we were very close to a game 3 as well is kind of nuts to think.
That was a really good set overall, and I hope that we get another one that is similar to this. Next.
I assure you that since we don't get to see Dragon Rulers another time, obviously, this is definitely one of the decks that I'm gonna be revisiting in the anniversary episode, and I'm like really looking forward to this because I think this is definitely my favorite deck thus far. Because until Galaxy Ice gets actually like playable, then definitely like, this has been my favorite thus far. But you, thanks for the games, and you go right ahead and run to wherever you need to be, and I'm gonna end the episode. But yeah,
thanks for playing.
Yeah, thanks for playing.
Good games.
GG's.
Peace.
Yeah, but yeah, thank you for watching, y'all. This was a really fun episode. I mean, like I said, like I had been looking forward to playing Dragon Rulers for such a long time. It's just like such an iconic archetype, such an iconic just series of cards. Like the fact that it was like the amount of power and consistency the deck had, the obviously prevalence, the fact that it was one of the strongest decks in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it didn't reach tier 0 status because of Spellbook of Judgment. Like all of those things culminating, it does them all being commons. Like all of those things just like culminating in this whole thing. It's just so fun. It's so cool, and I just love it. And I'm really glad that I think we got a really cool episode out of it. And like I said, I think Jeexx even like pulled off like cooler plays than I did, and like had some super explosive and fun turns. And like I said, I definitely wasn't expecting to see Harpie. But yeah, super fun episode. I had a blast. I think we are actually next week starting with the next, like sort of the, not predecessor. What comes after? Predecessor comes before, right? Whatever is the equivalent of predecessor that comes after. Sorry, my brain is not functioning fully today. Of the Hidden Arsenal sets with Number Hunters and those series of cards. So I think I'm like 90% sure. Actually, I can check before we end this year. That next time we have Number Hunters. Yeah, Number Hunters is the next deck that we're going to be, or a set that we're going to be visiting, which is pretty cool. But yeah, very lengthy episode. Thanks to that game too. Very lengthy outro as well. My camera seems to be glitching. I think it's been doing that a lot lately. It's a piece of shit. But that's, that's how we deal with everything. Hopefully all the like resolution and stuff should be fine this today. Like I checked everything twice. I tested, I looked at the footage, and it looked fine. So if somehow when I'm editing stuff it now looks scuffed, then at that point we're just cursed, and I'll have an editor's note somewhere saying, bro, what the fuck, or something along the lines. But thank you for watching this very lengthy episode. It was a blast, and we'll see you hopefully for next week for Number Hunters. So have a good one, y'all. Thanks for watching, and peace.